All right, let's talk about the fundamentals of shooting. In front of me, I have the Christensen Arms AR-15 G2 in carbon-wrapped barrel and an MPR chambered in 300 Win Mag. I like to, when I'm talking about shooting fundamentals, I build it from the ground up. And in this instance, I'll talk about specifically the AR platform because you're likely going to be shooting this, or more often you'll be shooting this in a standing position. So we'll start with our stance. Oftentimes, or a mistake that I will see people make, is they will stand straight up and down in what I will call a non-athletic stance. And the coaching cue that I'll often give is I will stand in front of that person and I will say, I want you to assume a standing position as if I'm about to shove you in the chest and you don't want to fall backwards. And what they immediately do is they go from vertical to a lowered center of gravity, a slightly wider stance with a lead foot forward and a back foot with the, let's call it the big toe equal to the heel of your lead foot. So a little bit of an offset. It's not crazy wide and it's not crazy narrow. They go from here to about here. And what that allows you to do is manage the recoil with your body weight from a standing shooting position. Now, you're likely not going to be shooting standing with the MPR. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very likely that you're going to be laying down in a prone position when you shoot this rifle. And there's some fundamentals that come with that too. This has a very long barrel, or we'll call that the center axis of the rifle. And what you need to do is align that center axis or barrel of the rifle with your spine. What you don't want to have is the barrel like this, and then your body canted out in an angle like this. Because as the recoil comes, you're going to be very unlikely to be able to manage that recoil. And every time that you shoot, it's going to kick back and then land in a different direction. So you're going to have a hard time determining if A, you were successful in your shot, or B, where your shot even landed, because the sight picture is not going to return to what it was before you shoot. If you look at your spine and then your legs underneath you, I call that an inverted Y. So if this is the barrel, you get the inverted Y with one leg on each side. You line them up and make sure that the buttstock is firmly welded into your shoulder. So that's the ground. As far as grip, working our way up, how you hold a weapon. Both hands need to be involved, and most of the time I start people on pistol, not necessarily rifles, where you have a shooting hand or your dominant hand and a non-dominant hand wrapped together on a pistol platform extended out in front of your body, and people rapidly realize it's hard to be accurate with a pistol. The sight radius is short and you're just holding a weapon out in front of you with no stabilization anywhere else on your body. The beauty of rifles is that you're going to have more points of contact. You're still going to have your shooting hand, and in this case with the AR platform, if you're a right-handed shooter, the right hand comes on the pistol grip, left-handed shooter, left hand on the pistol grip. The right or left hand is then going to come up onto the foregrip, but what you get to do is you get to brace it into your shoulder. You can take this buttstock, which on this model happens to be a adjustable buttstock, which is very nice for different sizes, shapes, and body types. You put that into your shoulder. You have your shooting hand, and one key that you want to have when shooting an AR platform is you want to get your non-shooting hand or your support hand as far away from your body as possible. You oftentimes will see people who will grab the magazine well, and that is the number one thing that I actually advise people to avoid. You're less stable, your hands are very close together, and your anchoring points are very close together. So you can extend your hand out onto the foregrip as far as possible. There's plenty of debate as to whether or not you should have a U or a C grip. Go with what's comfortable for you, but grab a hold of that weapon and pull it into your body, making sure that the buttstock is seated in your shoulder. You have a good cheek weld, a good sight picture, and you are managing the weapon. You never allow the weapon to manage you.